All right, Shalom. This is Brother Tazawar coming back at you through the Holy Spirit. Harakak Wadash, Lord willing to edify, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, whom I learned from, and salutations to the election. So I was watching this Turk interview. Turk was one of the hot boys, a rap group that was real big in the 90s. Lil Wayne, Juvenile, Turk, BG, Cash Money Records. And I always like to hear Turk's interviews because, he did that long 10-year prison bid. And so I like to check his interviews when they come across my timelines. And I just heard him say something that caught my attention. He was speaking about the secret and manifestation and the law of attraction and shit like that, which is funny because I was just with my wife yesterday. We was out eating and we was talking about those topics. My wife was telling me how, before she came into this truth, she was talking to a guy that was pretty much talking about this same stuff. He was into this same stuff. So I want to go into this topic and Lord willing bring some edification out of it. It's part of what he's saying is true. Life and death. The power to, let me get a precept because the tongue is powerful. That's correct. Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Now that's true, but see, the thing is, if you're not speaking under the spirit and vibration of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, then you're going to be speaking death, because this is the only form of life in this world, man. All right, this is the light. This is the life. This is the way, the truth. Like the Lord said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. This is life. All right, life comes from this book. And people, within this small sanctuary of believers, we have been given the blessing to speak according not to our own will, but to speak according to the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, which justifies us and which gives us, is leading us toward the path of life. But everything that's in this world is going toward death, to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. See, Isaiah 8:20. So he's right there. But now when he started talking about manifestation and all that, see, the Lord is the only one that manifests, all right? We are nothing but the Lord's creation, Let's get that word manifest. See what it says. Manifest, clearly revealed to the eye, or understanding open to view or comprehension. Evident, palpable, plainly apprehensible, clear. All right, so man plus festus. But see, when they use the word manifest, they basically are saying they're creating things. They're willing things into existence. That's the content that so-called black people particularly use when they say they're manifesting, especially the so-called black women. Let's get this precept real quick. This is Job 12 and 13. It says, Job speaks of the power of God. It says, with him is wisdom and strength. He hath counsel and understanding. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Also he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. See, at the end of the day, the Most High controls the deceived and the deceiver. And a lot of our people, especially you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you are deceived. Like you said, I believe in the manifestation, and the Lord will have it to where this same thing that you believe is true, you're being deceived, because you writing these vision boards, you writing down a new job in 2021, and or whatever, you writing these things on the vision board, and you whatever, and then they start to happen. Next thing you know, your deceived ass is thinking you manifested that. You brought that into reality. The only people in the context of speaking things into reality, that's going to be the elect. All right, the elect are the only ones that's really beginning with the 144,000 prophets. We, Lord willing, that's us. We the only ones that's speaking things into existence. See, we're speaking plagues and prophecies into existence, man. Beginning with our elders, our apostles. They've been speaking the things that are happening now for decades, man. And we following in that same stage, just like with Moses and Aaron. What did they do? They were given the charge from the Most High to go and speak, plagues on Egypt, to speak destruction on Egypt, man. And that's what ended up happening. Did they manifest it? No, they spoke it into existence, but it was the Lord that gave them the word. Let's go to Psalm 68. Psalm 68, verse 11, it says, the Lord gave the word. Great was the company that published it, man. It's the Lord's word, man. See, everything else is deception, is trickery, is left hand. And that's what this whole, the secret nonsense is. It's nothing but left hand activity. All right, so this is their Instagram page, The Secret, 3.4 million followers. Now look at what this is about. Look at the what they talk about. The universe wants to give me everything that I want. Now, how convenient is that? So you have something called the universe, which is some source that wants to give you, all 3.4 million of these followers, everything that they want. Look how much confusion this world would be in, even more than it is if everybody got everything that they wanted. Rhonda's affirmations, and you see a lot of women are into this stuff. My affirmations, I am, just nonsense. See your future self while you are jumping for joy and say thank you, thank you, thank you. Whatever you give, you receive. Be grateful for what you have and you will receive more. Open yourself to the universe by loving yourself. So it's all about the universe. No. The God of the Bible it is not real. It's the universe. We're here because the universe brought us here, right? This is what they teach. And see, as I was telling her, I was into this back in 2007. All right, 2007, 2008. I was into this. I was reading this book and practicing these principles. So I'm familiar with it. Change your thought, change your life. Love is the greatest power. All right, so let's get the inception of this nonsense. Let's see where it comes from. All right, the history of the law of attraction. Most people know the law of attraction or the whole concept of manifesting from the book or movie The Secret, and therefore many believe that the law of attraction is a modern creation, but that's not true. For this reason, I wanted to clear up this misunderstanding with the insight into the history of the law of attraction, answering you, where is the LOA coming from? So the LOA is one of the 12 universal laws. So the hell with God's laws, all right? The hell with the Bible. Those laws ain't real. It's about the universe laws. You could tell this has it's an inception with the heathen. But we're going to get into it. These are the 12 universal laws you should know about when you want to manifest your dreams. Here you find the overview with all 12 universal. And I have to scoff at it, man, because I see how, Dwadi Abashim Yahushua for taking me along that path to get to this point now where I see how bugged out and how comical this is. So where's the law of attraction coming from? All right, let me just scroll down. 1906, the beginning of the law of attraction as we know it today. Now, check this out. It says the term LOA first originated in 1906 when author and publisher William Walker Atkinson released his new thought movement book, Thought Vibration, or the Law of Attraction in the Thought World. And I clicked on this guy because I knew it was an Edomite. So let's just look at him real quick. This guy, that's Esau, man. All right, looks like he was born... Looks like this is German, I'm guessing. So this is where that comes from, man. So of course, of course it's going to be something that's against the Bible. It's going to be something that's self-willed because Esau was the biggest atheist. Thought vibration. His work introduced the concept of thought, energy, vibration, and manifestation in a comprehensive and detailed manner. He also was the first to explain the importance and power of love to manifest desires. Do as thou will. That's what comes to mind as I'm reading this. Do as thou will, which is the satanic mantra of Satanism. Do as thou will. The first steps of a new concept. Wallace D. Wattles, probably another Edomite. 1928, Napoleon Hill. I used to have that book. The Law of Success, Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill, another Edomite. You see, 1986, the masses accept the idea. And this is where we at now. You see? But this type of left-hand thought came from the Edomites, because it was prophesied that they would fall as the Roman Empire, which happened around 476. Matter of fact, let's get the scripture and go into it. All right, because the Bible also goes into history. This is Revelation 20. And 3, and I'm gonna jump down and So Revelation 20:1, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. All right, the bottomless pit represents Europe. All right, and the great chain is slavery. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, which is Esau. All right. And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loose for a little season. So let's go into the history. The Roman Empire fell. They had a very good run. They ended up falling around the 4th, 5th century AD. They ended up falling, and Jake started coming into power. Okay. And then this is what you call the Dark Ages. All right. Esau was living in caves. All right. He was stink. He was nasty. He was, he wasn't respected. He was looked at as a scum of the earth. All right. This is when you had Israelites running Europe. They were called the Moors. All right. We was running that whole little region, Spain, etc. And Esau had a seal upon him. He couldn't rule, all right, to fulfill this. Okay, that's that seal. He couldn't deceive the nation. See, he wasn't in power anymore, because Esau and even the term Romans, because Esau took on the name the Greeks, the Romans, which really those lands belonged to the Japhites. All right, after the flood, you had the boat which landed in Mount Ararat, which is in Turkey, modern day Turkey. And you had the sons of Noah. They went their separate ways. All right. Ham and Shem, they went southern. All right. Southern/southeastern. And then you had Japheth, which went more western, which is modern day, Europe. And what Esau did, he ended up conquering those lands, and he ended up taking on the names of the Greeks. So the original Greeks who were the Japhites, he ended up conquering them, and he ended up taking those names. So this is all deception. He deceived the world even back during the Greeks and the Roman Empire, right? It says, and after that, he must be loosed for a little season. And now we're in the season of him being loosed. That little season represents the Renaissance period. All right, Renaissance is French for rebirth, which that happened in the 1300s. Okay, that's when they began to come into power. You had the Borgia family. Eventually led to Christopher Columbus and his people. Jumping down to verse 7, because you have to jump down because it skips here. You have to jump down to verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. All right, Satan is not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about his physical counterpart on the earth, which is the Edomites. All right, Satan just means, matter of fact, let's look it up. Satan just means, I had to look that up in a minute. Satan, it goes back to Shaitan. Shaitan, it just means adversary. Yeah. So the adversary of the righteous, which is Esau, he was loosed. The seal was removed, and he came out of his prison in Europe, and he did what? Verse 8, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle. So the point is, he shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. And this is a part of the deception: law of attraction, the Big Bang Theory, science. There is no God, putting all these false names on the nations. black people, African Americans, right, the Indians, you know. What he do? He named that the continent we know as America. It was what Amerigo Vespucci, which was an Edomite. He found this landmass and named it after himself, America, right? But what they don't say is when he came here, there were already people here. You had the Israelites from the northern kingdom that had already set sail here, roughly about, 800, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 500-600 years prior to them getting here, So, this is nothing but left hand stuff, witchcraft, sorcery, it's just deception. And Jake does this because this is them so-called exerting their godhood, because deep down inside, our people know we are like gods. We are the greatest, right? This is Psalms 82:6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. All right. Now, this is speaking about Israelites, okay? Because King David, who Psalm this was, if I'm not mistaken, it was I think it was King David, because Asaph's Psalms, I think, begin in the next chapter. Matter of fact, let me jump up. Psalm of Asaph, Salakia. So this is Asaph. So like Asaph is saying, we're gods, okay? We're children of the Most High. All right, which children, when you go into children, it's sons, really. See, children is bun, which is the Hebrew way of saying son. So we're sons of the Most High. So we are gods, all right? Or in the Hebrew, Alahayim, all right, which means angels, which means judges, okay? We are judges. We are powers, all right? Lowercase g, though. We not the Most High. But what? Verse 7, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. And part of, well, not even part. The reason we die is because of sin. Disobedience led to death. It tells you in Wisdom of Solomon. Let's get immortal. Wisdom of Solomon 2:23. For God created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Now, what does immortal mean? Deathless. From Latin immortalis, deathless, undying, of gods. See, we are sons of God. We are the sons of the Most High. We are gods, right? And we were created to be imperishable, endless, right? But through sin, which began with Eve, the woman, but ye shall die like men. We ended up dying like other nations, all right? Because through the law, statutes, and commandments, the children of Israel, or the sons of God, would have eternity. They would have eternal life, because that leads to life, right? But because we disobeyed, now we die with all the other men, all right? The sons of men, because you have the sons of the righteous, the sons of the wicked, the sons of men, which the sons of men represent the heathen nations, all right? So we die like they ass, But that's why we have our mediator and high priest Yahushua. Through his sacrifice, we're about to come back into this legacy. So I got one or two more precepts I want to get. This is 2 Peter chapter 2. And when you read the context on this epistle, the Apostle Peter was warning, all right, the scattered Israelites, and I think they were in Asia Minor. He was warning them about false teachers and false preachers, man. Right? And this is the spirit that they would come in. 2 Peter 2:10. We'll start at 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness and despise government. Presumptuous are they, self-willed. That's the key word I want to get there. Self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities, which this whole the secret nonsense, It's about self-willing, all right? It's about self-will. You're the God. You're the one that's making things happen in your life. You're the one that's bringing things into existence in your life, which to an extent is true because the scriptures do say you reap what you sow, right? So to an extent that is true, but there is no such thing as free will. And the root of the secret is that there's free will, which is very deceptive. So again, 2 Peter 2:10, but chiefly them that walk after the flesh and the lust of uncleanness. And that's another thing. People that are part of this is them walking after their own lust. All right. These people want certain cars, a certain type of status, certain type of body, a physique. Because what do people who believe in this so they make these vision boards, they cut out pictures of a body that they want, of a house that they want, of a car that they want, of a family that they want, of a lifestyle that they want, And it's just carnal as hell. You could tell it's not the Lord didn't create that to be that's not a real thing. It's just, again, the deceived and the deceiver are his. And that spirit it attacks our people. And what you heard Turk was saying, he's influenced by this. And I bet you his woman got him on that too. Or vice versa. But people that are into this, they're anti-Bible. They're anti-Messiah. That's why Apostle John said that, you need to know that there's many anti-Messiahs. It ain't just one antichrist. It's many. He said the whole world lieth in wickedness, man. Let's get. And this is what, Israelites are going to find out the hard way. 1 Kings 8:60, that all the people of the earth may know that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the power, and that there is none else. Isaiah 45:5, I am Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. The universe is not a God. It's an idol. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me. And a lot of our people do not know the Lord. Everything that the Lord has done for our people, they don't know him. They will not acknowledge him. They will not come to worship him. They will not seek his face, except for in the time of their affliction and calamity. But that's a lot of times it's too late. Or the Lord said it's going to be too late. When this whole thing kicks off, it's going to be too late. Isaiah 45:6, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and there is none else. Isaiah 45:18, for thus saith the Lord that created the heavens, God himself that formed the earth and made it. He hath established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. So all this shit that Esau putting out there about, there's too many people on the earth. No, man, the earth can hold as many people as it is. 8 billion people ain't too many people. The Lord created the earth to be inhabited. I am the Lord, and there is none else. But Esau is going to use that to justify mowing down the population because he wants it to not be that many people on earth. Isaiah 45:22, look unto me and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth, for I am God and there is none else. Isaiah 46:9, remember the former things of old, for I am God and there is none else. I am the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I am Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and there is none like me. This man, the Lord is putting that narrative out there time and time again. Joel 2:27, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahweh Shem Yahushua, your power, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. And the Lord's people are those who's worshiping him in truth and sincerity. All right, let's go to John 4:22. Ye worship, you know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. right? The Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth, man. So the real worshipers, they ain't finna be on this shit, man. They gonna snap out of this shit, you know, because this ain't truth. This is falsehood. All right, you ain't manifesting a damn thing. If you ain't speaking the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right, you're speaking darkness. You're speaking death. All right, you're not manifesting anything. You're not bringing nothing to reality. The only ones that's bringing something to reality are the prophets. All right, we're bringing death, destruction, pestilence, famines, unrest, all right, and life into existence. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end there through the Spirit. I pray that this was an edifying lesson. And I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Shalom.